I don't know where this foam was from. I think it was from the battery compartment. But it is just absolutely disintegrating in my fingers. If I squeeze, it just turns to dust. It's like super dehydrated cornflakes or something, turning back into their resident powders. Yee. Ladies and gentlemen, this is how sandpaper is born. Something else of interest, you'll notice to the right of this Mitsubishi part, the main IC on there, there's a little metal clip that appears to be going into it. Let's have a look at that. Yeah, it's definitely, it might be going underneath the dip chip. It could be something like a heatsink. I've seen ones that wrap around all the way before, but nothing like that. Actually, it's soldered in. There might be a pad on the bottom of this dip chip. I'm going to desolder that in a minute and have a look. Okay, one sec. This is the part. It's our dip package. If I turn it around, you'll notice there's not a heatsink or anything attached underneath. It literally is moulded out the end of the plastic. That is amazing. So it's just another pin in the design. Well, a custom pin. But yeah, maybe it's like some sort of heat ground plane or something, because this would have the amplifier in it too for running the main speaker. So that would make sense. So that's like some sort of heatsink output, just, you know, thicker, larger traces or whatever there. It's probably enough. It wouldn't do more than a couple of watts at most output, probably. And I don't know how much would then be dissipated in here. But yeah, there's something you don't see every day. I might keep that. Say hello to my anonymous chip storage system. I'm too cheap for proper anti-static foam, and I like having things accessible. So it's polystyrene, the bane of all static electricity evils, with a couple of layers of aluminium foil on the front, which is approximately enough, I think, to keep good contact. It probably brings other hazards. For example, I haven't grounded it, so, you know, this whole thing's probably at some sort of potential. So I should probably poke it a few times before putting the chip on. But, it's probably good enough. I'd still love to work out what this part is exactly. If it's a variable resistor, how does it operate? You're supposed to sing to it? Oh, there resist, how you come to be. Why don't you reveal your secrets to me? Oh, it does something. It does. Are you telling me this is just a switch the whole time? No, that can't be right. That was pointing... No, it was pointing up. Yeah. It's taking some sort of mechanical input, I believe. If I line that up. Yeah, there we go. It was taking some sort of mechanical feedback from the cassette deck component of this device. It's one hell of a... Oh, it's probably like some sort of multi-gang switch. So a lot of poles to throw in there. So the radios commonly use these. I've got another radio show that's beautiful Russian thing. Oh, I think it's Russian. Yeah, so that you can switch a whole bunch of wires independently to a different set of wires to change the whole mode of a lot of circuitry. It's just the way they design it. It seems complicated, but honestly, look at this thing. They've only got a few jumper links on the other side. It's not as neat as it could be. I have to say, the assembly isn't amazing on this. There's parts flopping all over the place, but hey, this, you know, was decades ago. Who cares? In the past, people were more laid back. That's why everyone who's older than you seems less serious than you. Right? Actions of shame. I want to get this thing apart and have a look. So many people are crying right now. I hope you're not, because, you know, there's an infinite supply of these. It's not like they're endangered species or something. Let's have a look at this. Oh, we have a presumably magnetically shielded speaker, or maybe not, maybe that just might make the assembly easier, have it in that piece of box there. But presumably they still have to drill a hole in the centre of the box to get the, it's just a grill on the other side, access to the voice coil and, you know, attached to the diaphragm. Let's have a look. The front screen is probably made of some light metallic material, which they've inserted in there and folded over the tabs, and they've just gunked them down. But, you know, this is turning more into a mechanical video than an electrical one, but hey, it's all just applied art. Oh, this guy never paid his tab. Oh, this guy leads over to motor. Motor. Where are you, motor? There you are. Let's have a look at you. Nothing interesting. It says once again, strange voltage, 6 volts, so they probably had a custom made for this. Well, 6 might have been more popular back then, I don't know. Ah, this looks like a little Meccano part on top here. Got a little bit of brass, groove cut, more turned into it. Oh, isn't that nice? Isn't that pretty? Ah, no, come back. Well, it's gone in my floor, and mice have probably stolen it or something. I'll find it later, probably at night, probably when I'm in my bare feet, but I'm gonna find it. Come out! Come out! Squeeze! Lose some weight! Well, I don't want to spin him up, and his armatures are probably sore now from me tugging at him, and it'd just be mean. I don't want him feeling shafted, so let's just leave him in place for now. I'll get him out in a minute. Main section, where all the fun stuff happens and the insulation breaks down on the transformer in arcs. Except it's all hidden and mostly quiet because of all the steel. That's more than 2! Oh no, this one's gonna be a bastard. I think he's lost some of his ship. Oh, this Phillips head. Well, the problem is he isn't cross. You know, I don't think I've ever seen Dave having to struggle with a screw before. Oh, my finger! Okay, I think I got him started. Slightly mangled. Yes! Give me that C13 or C14 connector. I love you, IEC. What the hell is that? Is that some sort of ground clip on... No, that's just a containment clip on the bottom. Wow. Is that the right space? No, the pins aren't large enough for one of the modern figure 8 connectors. This is some sort of horrible, non-standard one. Oh. I mean, look at this. Look, they've got 2 transformers in this thing. They've got the transformer in there, and they've got another one here in coils. Wow. They planned this well. More of this tying wire. It's interesting they're using that in here. I've seen in designs before wires soldered into the board with only a few strands or a single strand of copper in them that can then be bent over to cable tied in things, which is interesting. And I've seen, you know, cable ties, but I haven't seen this style of cable tie where it's the metal stuff encased in some sort of plastic or rubber or polymer. Oh no, I've unwound the primary coil. It'll never work again. How is this attached? Did this come as one unit with the speaker? Is that how big the radio market was? Hey guys, you don't have to source as many components anymore. You can buy your speaker with a mains input transformer welded on. Oh no, there's just a screw over here. That makes it easier. Behave yourself, universal screw removal tool. Ah, the bastards, they're the arse ends of 2 screws that have been put in there from the other side. Alright, tape assembly has to come out too. First of all, Tape head. I'm going to have to look up how these guys work. I presume they're just coiled in there or something. But it'd be interesting because they've got some sort of complex contact surface that always looks very pretty and shiny. A whole bunch of tape mounting rollers. One of these is freewheeling. The other one will be motorized. Oh, they might have a detachment mechanism. Oh, yeah, or the rubber band might have come off. Same thing. The motor. As I said, it's probably a little brush DC affair. Yeah, 2 leads. Brush, DC, we can chuck some power in and see what it does. Oh, it's trying to turn. It's alive! See if I can do that the other way around. Not that you'll be able to see it spinning. Well, that's pretty low revs. Mind you, these batteries are probably dead in there. Actually, what is its shaft diameter? Get my verniers out. A lot of people have these model of vernier calipers I've seen. They're cheap as, the world's full of them. But they drain their batteries so fast, even when they're off. I did a measurement the other day, and I found that with them turned off, they draw about, I think, 30 microamps, and with them turned on, they draw about 33 microamps. Yeah. The LR44 that I power them with, I've just put a dollop of hot glue on it to act as a handle. Voila, easy to remove. And on the other end of it, magnet, hold onto my battery. Couldn't be simpler. 2mm shaft. Smells metric. What's that in imperialist units? Oh, it could be 80 thou. 80 thou shaft. Oh, look at that. I'll get a zoom in on that. Look here, this is one of the driving spindles that the tape normally slots onto on these. This little guy here, as I push the buttons, releases contact and has a gap. Press it again. Contact. That's a nice little system. It probably has a metal sheet with that mounted on there, pivoting sideways. So that's how it attaches and applies power. Maybe that was for rewind or something. I'm not sure. 1 second. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nah, rewind. Oh. Okay, the least exciting part, secondary mains transformer. We've got to remember that was wrapped around it. I'm not sure. There's nothing they really want to shield in this device because, 50 hertz. This is Australia, folks. We have real frequencies coming out of our mains. None of this high-pitched 60 hertz hum garbage. Our electronics sound serious when something's wrong. Now, yeah, it's almost like, no, that's not shielding. Almost like it's shielded, but I think it's just the mounting mechanism because it's only partially done it, and that's sort of with the outside world. Maybe it was turning off people's pacemakers. Yeah. The vintage of people that listen to these radios still. I'm guilty. I have wired in a radio into my desk and I listen to the radio. There's nothing old-fashioned about the radio. Well, I don't think there's anything else that interesting here. So, rather boring video, but hey, I get to go home with all these... Well, I am home. My laboratory is my bedroom. All these awesome standoffs. Oh no, don't tell me that one's glued in. Ah, that just ruined my day. This is the first time there's been leaded solder on my desk for a while. I feel kind of dirty. Do I have to take a shower after this?